What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another MLB High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Congratulations to Christopher Jordan on winning last week's $50 giveaway. Christopher, hit me up on Twitter at cam_ATL. DM me so I can get your information and I can send that money over to you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the love. Speaking of Christopher Jordan's comment that he left that ended up winning, brought up the fact that I haven't brought up my home run predictions in a while, and he asked me if I could get back to doing that. So, yes, Christopher, I will get back to doing that. At the end of this video, I will give you guys my 5 home run predictions of the day. All right? So, let's get into it, man. Greenlight DFS, we have been on a ridiculous hot streak. It has been Honestly, it has been a long time since we've had a losing day. We have been destroying baseball. All right, so if you're into DFS and haven't played baseball yet, greenlightdfs.com is the place to be. Play MLB. As you can see, I'm on the MLB optimizer, so this comes with all your access. When you get access to Greenlight for a daily, weekly, or whatever, you also get access to the Greenlight optimizer as well to play around with for GPP purposes. All right. GreenlightBets.com had another solid day. Greenlight Bets has been very, very solid since I started doing the Greenlight Bets about a month ago or so. We're about 70% win rate. 65 to 70 is what we kind of fluctuate around. Yes, we have losing days at times. That's happens. It's the bet game. But majority of the time, we're consistently able to make more profit than we lose. So and then GLD breaks, man. Every day, y'all see me live at 7 p.m. Central. If you're interested in investing in sports cards, is a very smart thing to do right now. And the best way to invest in the sports cards is to enter group breaks or get personal breaks, stuff like that, and get an opportunity to get a big time card for a small cost. Plain and simple. Breaking into boxes is the way to do it because if you buy a card off eBay, you're already paying what it's worth pretty much, and you're not going to make much money off of that. You're going to have to hope the guy excels in his sport and his card raises. In group breaks or personal breaks or whatever, where you break a box and you get players that way, I mean, you're paying the box price or you're paying the spot to get into a group break and you have the chance to get a huge card. The other day, we got a Jerry Rice 1 of 1 card out of a Donruss Elite box. The guy who got into it paid like, what, 55, $60 to get into his spot? And that Jerry Rice is like an $800 card. Same thing happened with a Patrick Mahomes 1 of 1, where a guy paid $55 to get in, got almost $1,000 Patrick Mahomes card 1 of 1. Like, so it happens all the time, and it's fun, and I love it. We got a Trevor Lawrence the other day. Entrance was $55. Trevor Lawrence auto was pulled out of it, and the guy, I mean, that's like a $600 card already. So investing in sports cards is definitely fun. Instead of Top Shots or whatever on the online stuff that people are doing, definitely invest in sports cards because the industry in general is booming. So GLDBreaks.com. If you're interested, I will be live at 7 p.m. Central every day. Come check it out. Come get an idea of what it's like, and let's get it. All right. I'm gonna get straight into this, y'all. I'm not gonna keep up too much of your time. As always, I'm gonna get straight into DraftKings and then FanDuel, and then I'll do my home run predictions at the end due to Christopher. And let's get it. Here we go. Starting off at pitching for DraftKings. My 2 pitchers I'm going to go with is Shohei Ohtani and Luis Garcia. These are 2 of the guys by far who just feel very comfortable to me here. Shohei Ohtani, he has an amazing K rate. We all know what to expect out of Shohei here. It's a great matchup against Colorado, which Colorado, when they're on the road, is atrocious. They have a 23% K rate versus righties. They're just not very good. Angels are favored in this one. Ohtani, for the most part, has been very, very good all season outside of getting blown up in New York on June 30th. But outside of that, Shohei has been fantastic. He's at home in Los Angeles, going against Colorado on the road. It's just yeah, it's a great spot here. Shohei's got a 35% K rate versus righties, a 24% K rate versus lefties. Either way, he doesn't give up over a 222 batting average. He doesn't give up a ton of power. Otani is a very safe option today, and at 9.2, he's just still too cheap. And then Luis Garcia, there's a couple ways that you could go for SP2. Mike Minor's okay. What scares me with Mike Minor, he's got a decent K rate, but the problem is he's facing a White Sox team that does hit lefties very well. I mean, you got Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson. These guys are lefty mashers, certified. So they could do damage. At the end of the day, could 2 guys ruin a whole guy's day? No. Most likely, they're not going to. So Mike Minor's still an okay option at a cheap price at 8.3. But yeah, mainly Shohei Ohtani and Luis Garcia. I like the idea. So far, early on in the day, I'm prioritizing spending up on my pitching because I haven't had too much of a struggle getting the bats that I want. So Shohei and Luis Garcia. Garcia's facing Seattle, strikes out over 25% of the time versus righties. Houston is heavily favored in this one on the road, going to a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Garcia's also got a solid K rate, 28% versus righties, 24 versus lefties. He gives up a little bit of power to lefties, but Seattle is just not a very good offense. This is a great spot for Luis Garcia to really dominate, and he has shown multiple times this season that he can get some solid upside. 31 in his last outing against Cleveland, 29, 26, 28. He's been very, very solid. So Luis Garcia is a solid option. At first base, this dude has absolutely been going crazy. Joey Votto, lefty righty against Hendrix. I love this spot here. Um, I haven't looked into the weather yet here. If the weather's blowing out, that's going to be even more of a plus. But Joey Votto against Hendricks is in a fantastic spot. Votto has been seeing the ball great lately. I mean, in his last, 6 games, he's got 17, 19. He had a down game against the Mets and got two. And then he got 17, 14, 22. This dude is legit, and his price is not showing it. He has been hitting the ball fantastic. And honestly, his price is lower now than it's been throughout this whole streak. So it's a little ridiculous. Hendricks is an okay pitcher, doesn't give up a ton to lefties, but Joey Votto at 4-1 just feels a little bit cheap to me. Obviously, the number one go to guy will be Vladimir Guerrero. A lot of people will be trying to find a way to get him in there. I like him as well, don't get me wrong. Just because I don't mention a guy in a high five doesn't mean I don't like him. But most of the time, especially if I spend up at pitching, I like to give y'all some value, to give y'all plenty of money remaining to where it's not impossible to build decent lineups. You know what I mean? With the remaining spots. But Joey Votto at 4-1 is a solid option. He's been smashing. He's got the lefty righty. I love him here. All right, in the outfield, once again, I mean, until they fix this price, Max Kepler, I'm going to keep playing him until he at least gets over 4K. At least. He's got the lefty righty matchup against Manning. Max Kepler's got a 269 ISO versus right handed pitching. I mean, what else can you say here? Detroit struggles bad against lefties, the bullpen in general. So not only is Kepler got a good chance in the beginning of the game, but the entire game, because Detroit's bullpen is bottom in the league versus left-handed bats. Max Kepler has a ton of power versus righties. He's back to leading off for this team. He just got a 17 yesterday. Played him and he got us some money again. So Max Kepler, I'm gonna stick with you, dude. I'm not gonna leave you right now. Next up, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker's another guy just in a fantastic position here, man. Seattle is bottom in the league against lefties as well. Both of these teams, Detroit and Seattle, are bottom in the league. Their bullpens are bottom in the league versus left-handed bats. So that tells me that they give it up to lefties, and you definitely want a guy like Kyle Tucker here in this situation. I mean, Kyle Tucker's going to bat in the heart of this Houston order. He obviously smashes righties. He's got a ton of power. He's only 3-4, which is just ridiculous. They refuse to put this kid where he really belongs because I mean at the end of the day this dude's been having a fantastic season and they're just jipping him on his price. It's ridiculous. So I really like Kyle Tucker. I'm expecting a huge game. I'm predicting 20 or more out of Kyle here. I love him. He's one of my home run predictions for sure. I love him. And that's it. Here we go. Shohei Ohtani, Luis Garcia, Joey Votto, Max Kepler, and Kyle Tucker is the high five over on DraftKings. Let's switch over to FanDuel. Take a look at what we got over here. First and foremost, let's look at our guys. Kyle Tucker's 3.6 over here. He's definitely priced a little bit better over here. Michael Brantley at 3K. I really like Michael Brantley. I just talked about how bad Seattle is versus left-handed bats. Brantley batting at the top of the order at only 3K definitely feels sexy to me. Oh man. Jordan Alvarez. Jordan Alvarez has some of the most power in the entire league, and now he's going against a great matchup, struggling versus lefties. He just, like, literally, I agree with the optimizer on that one. I mean, yeah, you have to have him high up on the list today. Who else? Max Kepler is 3-3. How much is Vado today? Joey Votto's 3-2. Let's do pitching. Shohei Ohtani's 11K. Luis Garcia's 1,000 less. Whew. Mike Minor's down here at 7.6. I'm gonna go Shohei just because most of the time I don't struggle to get bats. Like I said, if we look at points per salary for bats, there's a lot of guys who are solid options cheap here. Okay. Um, First of all, Michael Brantley at his price is a great value. Bobby Dahlbeck is only 2.3. Kevin Biggio's 2.5. Andrew Stevenson 2K if he ends up in the lineup. Let's see what else. Alex Verdugo is only 2.8. That's pretty cheap for a position that I love. I love this position for Boston today, so I'll go Verdugo in the core. All right. And then Jaron Duran's only 2.6. There's multiple spots. So I like Toronto and Boston both sides. And the fact that Verdugo's only 2.8, I definitely want to take advantage of that. So Shohei Ohtani as the pitcher, I can completely understand if you want to spend down a little bit off Shohei. It just all comes down to on FanDuel, it always, it always comes down to what pricing the bats are looking like and, whether you're going to need to or not. Um, but as of right now, I think we're fine. I think you should be able to build a lineup with Shohei. But if not, I'm okay with spending 1,000 less for Luis Garcia or even Mike Minor down to 7.6. Because 7.6 feels pretty damn cheap for a guy with Mike Minor's K rate going against a team that does strike out a good bit. So he's a decent option. All right. And that's it, y'all. Home run predictions. I almost stopped it. I caught myself, though. Home run predictions. Let's get it. Number one, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Gotta do Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This dude's going to hit a dinger today. No doubt in my mind. Kyle Tucker. Love my boy Kyle Tucker. One of these five I'll do as super value as well, y'all. All right? So Kyle Tucker, Vladimir Guerrero, Jordan Alvarez, Suarez, Eugenio Suarez, George Springer. Wait, hold on. I want to take Suarez out for a different value. So let's go Guerrero, Alvarez, Kyle Tucker, George Springer, and then my value homer is Aquino. Aristides Aquino. I think Aquino gets him one at 2-2. It's incredibly cheap price for that dude. I mean, the dude's got a ton of power, man. All right, he's being slept on. At 2-2, he's got a ton of power. He hits a dingers against righties. He's got a 310 ISO versus righties. So Aquino is my value home run of the day. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Congratulations to Christopher. Hit me up on Twitter at cam_ATL, bro, and I will send that money over to you. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Let's go ahead and keep smashing this shit, man. Peace.